Hello, and thank you for joining me today on this wonderful Wednesday. It's very wonderful indeed. My name is Zach. I am part of the Swap Shop. Joining me today is not Matt Hutchinson, my co-host. On Wednesdays, he is not able to attend with us for legal reasons. So it's just me. I interview people and swap stories. So please do not send in your items today. I've said it every week. I'll say it again happily. I love looking at your items, but on Wednesdays from 1 to 2 p.m., I will not look at them. Feel free to send them in at williams.swap@gmail.com, but do not call and talk about them. Today, we are only swapping stories. You have a story to call? Call in and let me know. The phone number is 413-961-4263. Joining me today is Max Simonet.
Thanks for having me, Zach.
You're welcome, Max. I just wanted to make some bubbles, production value for the show to show on camera, the lights that reflect.
Where'd you get them?
I got these at a wedding I went to.
Really?
Yes. It was a very nice wedding at the end when the bride and groom came out.
Everyone blew bubbles?
Everyone blew bubbles. They didn't throw rice. It was going to be a mess to clean
What's
up.
the rice thing? That Jewish thing?
I think the rice is just a regular wedding thing.
Dry rice?
Yes. So, Max, thank you for joining me.
I haven't thought about that. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Nice to be
You're
here.
welcome. I would love to. I can't wait to swap some stories with you.
I feel like, we've been close for about a year and a half as friends or
That's
so.
right. That's
And
right.
I feel like, I don't know, we're always swapping stories, but now it's like semi-formal. I don't know, it's going to be fun.
It will be great.
Yeah.
I love the look you've got.
Thank you.
A very LA bad boy. Thank you for coming in the studio. We've had a lot of West Coasters on, and we're talking about the biz.
hmm
You work in the biz. You're a media producer.
Yeah, I'm a media producer.
So what kind of media do you produce
Well,
for those that are not familiar with you?
my background's in primarily time-based visual mediums.
Okay.
Which is just a kind of a douchey way of saying video.
You
I do
produce
digital video. I make
Digital
video, but I also make still images.
That's right.
And I also knock heads around with like arty kids and interns and contractors, and like help make video games for a show that we do actually on the same streaming network. It pops in 2 hours. It's called Fish Center Live. I'm not trying to plug it, but that's a lot of my work goes in that.
It's okay. It's a great show that a lot of people are familiar with. If you're not familiar with it, check it out today.
Yeah, twitch.adultswim.com.
Max is one of the hosts and provides a lot of his videos and commentary and artwork for the show.
I also do what some people really enjoy is some live photoshopping. I do some of that during the show, and that's a little bit of a twist on the time-based visual medium, but you're just taking digital images and you're cutting them up and you're doing little treatments to them, and that's a fun part of my job.
So how did you learn Photoshop and Adobe products?
Well, my dad, who's an old photographer, he did the switch over to digital pretty quick and started getting involved with Apple products.
Your dad was hip.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. He wanted to be ahead of the curve and started doing magazine layouts, and he was all into the Adobe Suite and Quark Express, and he uses Eudora for email. Still to this day, he uses Eudora for email, and
That's adorable.
Yep. Yeah. And so, I mean, he was always photoshopping up. He'd send around these yearly Christmas cards, which were always, he'd scan some old books and make something fun. So I was always, the tools were always there, and, you could always torrent them. Because, I'm north of Silicon Valley, but it's kind of still that hacker, garage type vibe. So, we're torrenting and
So before we
downloading,
get into Sonoma,
illegally downloading Photoshop and Final Cut Pro, and that's all I had to say about
And
it.
that goes with your bad boy look. You're like, hey, look at me. I'm bad. I'm downloading Adobe products and not paying for them.
Well, and I don't mind to say this. I don't think this is like an Adult Swim thing.
Right.
I'm not advocating an Adult Swim point of view
Good.
or anything. This is an individual
Your own
point
personal
of view.
opinion.
But I think students out there, I'm talking high schoolers, 14, 15, 16, even sometimes in college, guilt-free, torrent and download these programs, learn the tools. Because, the people really giving the money to these companies are corporations like Adults. Turner just spends a lot of money probably making sure to have Adobe license. They're missing out on one group of kids who are honestly learning how to be productive.
That's right. Some 14-year-old cool kids just want to learn how to shop.
Yeah. Skateboard.
Photoshop.
It's the one.
Segway.
The Segway.
That's right. Or the hoverboards. They love to ride those. So describe a typical day of what you would do at Fish Center. I hear a lot of people talk about, I wonder what it's like to work on a late night talk show.
Yeah,
even
this one's an afternoon.
What's it like working for
Evening.
Letterman or Leno?
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are the best.
I think they film earlier though.
So they pre-record.
I don't think they're live.
They're not live.
So it is kind of like Fish Center, except we're live.
That's right. But every day they have to come up with this content. They have to find out what the hot news stories of the day are, bring it into the show. So what is it like for you every day? Is it going on Fish Center Monday through Friday?
It starts out, I'm getting up at around 7 a.m. usually, and sometimes, depending on my attitude, I'll sleep a little later. These days, since I came back from France, actually, I've been trying to get back into exercising again.
You look great.
Thank you. I'm trying to look even better through just weight loss, which has kind of been like a source. I'm the fattest person in my family, other than my stepmom. Veronique.
Is she French?
Yes.
She lives in France?
Yes. So, by that time I get to work. It's about 9:15 when I'm here. I sit down and I drink either a tea or water. I'm starting some tea just because, like, the meditation around... And I don't like the word meditation. You know this about me.
Yes.
Like, there's a lot of things I don't like.
I thought you're more of a Zenful. You like Zen?
No. I mean, I read The Day of Piglet. You remember that book?
Yes.
Yeah. I like to get a hot tea because I'm drinking cold water so fast all day that it's almost just I'm getting up and going to get water. I'm walking back and forth. It's a little too busy.
You're going to the bathroom a lot.
Yeah,
Going pee.
I'm going pee a lot.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
I switch over to hot tea because take your time to drink it.
I love tea. You don't want to burn your mouth too quick. Let it sit.
I don't like the taste of any tea. I like an Arnold Palmer, but that's because I like sugary things a lot. So but I don't hate the taste enough.
But you can put sugar in your tea.
But I'm not
really
going to do that. I'm
caffeine.
Just get it calm. Just get it sweet.
You might as well just drink hot water.
Well, yeah.
Just because you can't drink it all in one gulp like cold water, but if you drink hot water, you sip it. It's like you're sitting by a little fire, and you sit with it until it goes out. And then when the hot tea gets lukewarm, you say, I'm not a fan of Luke.
Did you say by a fire?
Well, the tea is the equivalent of that. When the logs stop burning, you do no longer sit there when the tea is...
And it tastes worse.
Exactly. You don't want to drink those logs. Same with the tea when the tea is not hot.
So then Danny comes to me, the intern, and he says, how about a game where they have to guess which side of the tank Thwump is on, and we start riffing.
Do you have a meeting with your interns?
No, it's very free form. Matt will pop into my office with Dave sometimes. We'll say, like, oh, we got to work on this. A lot of the times, sometimes things just come out of a necessity. Necessity breeds innovation is a mantra Matt and I have had for a long time when talking about this program. Because we're like, oh, shit, we just need something. We get into work fast. And the roots of Fish Center, we're all about working fast and making branding and packaging just in a quick turnaround basis. What you're doing with Fish Center every day is like, oh, I got to give this person something to do.
We have 3 hours before we're going live. We don't have time to make this look
Lauren
great.
comes to me, hey, what can I work on? And
Make
I'm like,
it quick.
Oh, what about, and I just say a word.
We need a video for Greenbird. Make it quick.
We're inspired a lot by interaction from the community.
Right.
Which is very nice.
And then you work on crosswords, your other show.
That's more of a free form, Dave and I do that upon a grant from SCAD, which is it's more like a partnership with Turner and SCAD for kind of experiments in, I forgot the exact title, like experiments in like deliberate failure or something like that. But so that one's more like we can step back from there.
Then by the
because
time
Fish
it's
Center
all done,
we're scrambling, like We're trying to
Right.
get something, and then what happens is the show goes live, and whatever happens, and
You
sometimes
just throw
it's
away the hat. The script is out.
I threw away the hat, and the script is out.
We'll do it live.
Yeah,
Is what.
Bill O'Reilly.
That's right. It's a quote. It's a famous internet video.
You were talking about Donald Trump before this.
Yes, there was a recording of Donald Trump, his video. Before he was being interviewed, he said, "No hard questions." He didn't know he was being recorded, though. And Max, you actually said, "I will answer hard questions."
If you want to, I'm not sure what you want to ask me.
So my first hard question is, what do you do that distinguishes you from everyone else?
I don't know. I'm more annoying.
Right now, Dreamcast Nate and Twitch said, did they actually do his makeup? Like, his face is flawless.
Thank you. That's actually my natural face, but I used to have real bad face acne.
But your hair looks beautiful.
Thank you. That's
You're
normal
welcome.
hair.
And I'm not trying to avoid the question.
I don't
we're playing
know.
a bit of
I don't know.
hardball here,
I don't think you
Max.
can ask me what makes me different. Like, I kind of know. I think I'm polarizing.
Okay.
I think I'm half shameless, half really insecure. I mean, like, this I think gets more into personality traits. I grew up with privilege, so everything that matters to me is like nothing. Like, I've got the dumbest problems, but then I'm still really sensitive. I cry at movies a lot.
When was the last time you cried?
Yesterday, in my office when I was setting up my therapy appointment.
I'm sorry, Max.
Meet with Anna Adelstein. She called me today. It was a pleasant conversation.
Well, Max, you knew when you were coming on this wonderful Wednesday we were going to play hardball a little bit. And
But I mean, what do you think makes me? I don't know. I don't know if I can answer. I can say what I think makes you special.
Oh, thank you, Max. Well, I'd say what I think you're talented. You're different. You're a breath
Plenty
of
of people
fresh
are
air.
talented.
You're
That's
not
something
afraid
I'd
to
say.
speak your mind.
But do I have anything worthwhile to say? I will say something that might make me kind
You
of.
are, in a way, like Donald Trump.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I used to care about politics. My dad always is like, "Oh, you should be more political." And my mom's like, "Oh, you should do Daily Show." My dad and my mom
Your dad is
love Daily
French,
Show.
right? He's lives in France
and
right
whenever
now.
he's in the States and he sees Daily Show, he loves Daily Show. He's like, "Why aren't you doing political like Daily Show?" You know
Right.
what I mean?
But it's not too late, Max. You can
I
you
know.
can get
I'm
political.
not. I don't know. Like, the last time I was political, I was wearing my mom's old hippie jacket, which was this embroidered army vest, which not a vest, a jacket, and it had flowers sewn into the back.
Right.
And I went around with this little camera that my stepdad Jim bought, and I was filming around and asking questions. And we had Fox News because there's these kids who. It's when I was a sophomore, the senior class was doing their senior portrait, you know.
Right.
And there were a bunch of guys just bringing out things like American flags and bags of weed,
That sounds.
and like passing around kegs and
right.
and Mexican flags, because we have a very big Latino American population.
Was this in California?
This was in Sonoma, California, wine country. Very split down the middle. You go to the west side, you're gonna see the Mexican community. The east side, it's gonna be the whiteys and like all the rich folks.
And you were part of the white.
I'm part of the white,
white side.
part. Yeah. I was surrounded by wealthier people. Anyway, these people kept bringing this shit out, and the vice principal's like, "Stop it, cut the shit, stop bringing
I'm
out
not a
this
fan
things."
of this political stuff.
Well, it's not
Get to
even
work,
political.
get back
You're
to
just
work.
being dumb kids. Just take this stupid.
He said the F word.
I don't know what that is. A woman.
She said the F word.
Just we're trying to take this picture. We're gonna put
Okay.
it in the yearbook.
I see.
You know.
She said, "Get it on with it."
And then it becomes this whole thing that this one kid wasn't allowed to show his American flag, and the school started getting death threats. Like, "Oh, you're not patriotic enough."
That's right.
So somebody bought American flag pins with little text on the back, "Made in China," that they had to pass around the school. Newt Gingrich, notorious divorcer, starts talking about us on the air. All these
They should go back to
jackasses
be
over in
drinking
Sonoma.
wine.
Yeah,
They
they're just
drink their
drinking wine and they want to leave. They don't like our country.
They have
So I went
parents that are
around.
in France right now.
I went around with this little camcorder that Jim bought me, and I was going around. I was just catching the news people there. I even went and interviewed the kid who was suspended because he kept bringing out flags, and he tried to destroy my camera. It was my Michael Moore face, and I was
Did
inspired.
your stepdad say? Did he find out it was almost destroyed, or did you?
Well, I
save
know.
it?
I saved it,
Okay.
and then I wrote a report. I went through the right channels and got him in trouble.
Was it a Sony Handycam?
I was Sony of brand.
Max, that was my Sony. You took it out. You almost got it broken. I'm very disappointed
Well,
in
it was
you.
fine. Jim knocked over my external hard drive once and it broke, so it's like whatever.
Hey,
But that was my
technology-
political time, and now I'm not political.
Now you're working on Fish Center. You're working on crosswords. You're coming up with creative content for AdultSwim.com.
Fish
And you're
Center's
sitting
like,
with me right
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
When you could be working on Fish Center.
Yeah.
But are you? I hope that you're inspired. What's inspiring you right now? What inspires you? Are you the kind of man who goes for a walk, or kind of person?
I
that
don't know
goes
if
for a
walks
walk?
inspire me, but I think a lot during walks. You know what I mean?
Yes. Or if you're in the shower and you think, oh, an idea.
I like usernames, and I like accidental sounds and accidental spellings. I think those are real inspiring. For instance, I'm stealing someone's account for HBO Go. It says, "Where's Charles?" in the corner. That was inspiring to me. What's that mean?
Where is Charles?
I like that. And then I watched Bored to Death last night. What'd you do?
Last night I had a dinner with a meme, which is grandmother in French.
Yeah, that's weird that you said it that way. Did you really have dinner with your grandma last night?
Not my grandmother, but my girlfriend's grandmother.
Oh, how's she doing?
She's great. We had dinner with her, and we had a lovely time. I went home.
How old's this grandma?
I think she's 69. we went home, and I went to bed. I said, I'm tired. It was about midnight. It was past my bedtime.
How old is she?
We've answered that question, Max. I understand you're coming here with your LA left coast, west coast brain, but we're in Georgia now. We're hanging on. We're doing things in the swap shop. We're swapping stories. But she was 69 years old. And I went home around 12:30 and went to bed.
That's
Did not watch any media last night. Yep.
12:30
Yes.
from a dinner with grandma.
Yes. We stayed very late.
That's nuts.
Meme stays up late.
I don't think I can stay that late. Like, we hang out a lot, but I can't even
Right.
do midnight 30 with you.
Usually about 11 p.m. you're telling me I have to
You
leave.
gotta get out, yeah.
I'm tired. I'm going to take some melatonin. You go home.
I like popping the melatonin. I like to sleep.
That's right.
I get bored of people really easily.
Well, I'm going to swap my first story with you, and I'm welcoming the viewers to swap their stories as well. If you want to call in and let us know, the number's 413-961-4263. Last night I had a dream that I purchased a snake, a poisonous snake. It was a black snake.
Black Mamba?
And instead of buying, it might have been, I don't remember the name, the brand, and instead of buying a tank for it or an aquarium to put it in, I just let it go in my apartment. And it was slithering around, and I just didn't care, and I went to bed. And I woke up this morning thinking that there was a snake in my closet. It was under my bed. It was somewhere under some clothes. And it made me scared. And I have a dog and a cat, and I thought they would get bit or eaten because the snake hadn't been eating because I hadn't been feeding it.
How long were you afraid of that? Was it like just a few
quick
seconds?
minute.
Yeah,
Maybe.
a minute.
Maybe a minute. Yeah, I woke up and I went back to. I was very groggy and sleepy because I went to bed very late, and I wondered what that meant. And that's my story. I realized the snake was not real, and I thought, thank you, it's not real. And I went to work.
I don't remember what dream I had last night.
What was the last dream that you can remember?
I seem to. I don't know.
It's okay. Dreams are good, but
It
sometimes.
was like a few days ago there was one.
Good. So you're from Sonoma.
Here's one I can remember.
Okay, let's hear. Let's swap a dream. I hope it.
Do Dave Bonowitz, you know him?
Yes, Dave's a great friend.
In this story, in this dream, I was supposed to play music for his family. But his family was my aunt and uncle, and they lived up on a hill in Sonoma.
In a castle?
No,
Like
in
a
a house,
Nosferatu?
in a white house, like one of those big, wealthy, square white houses.
Okay. There were wine breeders.
But they were my aunt and uncle, but they were David's family.
You had
And
to
I
play
got
music
there, I had
for
to go
them.
play music for him, and I was really upset when I got there. I don't know why. You want to know what's going on in my head right now?
Yes.
Part of me's going like, have I told this before? When you just purge 2 hours a day of words,
Every day,
you start to lose track
you forget what you just said.
of who you are.
That's right. It's all about what's happening now.
Anyway,
What is a thought that has happened to you immediately when you walked into the studio today? That's what we're here to and discuss. Man Diggity Snag asks, what do you like to do in your free time, Max? What hobbies do you enjoy?
I enjoy video games a lot.
What's the current one you're playing right now?
I'm
Is an
playing
Alien
XCOM
game.
2. Yes, I
XCOM
am.
2. I remember we looked at that when I came over to your home last time. A lot of aliens. It seemed very
cool.
fun.
Very cool, very fun. And Roman Cannoli, free roaming is the middle nickname. He got knocked unconscious last night on a mission where I was defending the Avenger, and he got picked up by Matilda Wormwood, named from the Roald Dahl story.
Right.
Because I saw Tim Minchin's musical of Matilda. I don't know if you knew that. That's a story.
No,
My
I
brother
didn't know
really
that.
liked it. I don't like my brother too much.
Do you think your parents
He's
favor
my
you as
half-brother.
the favorite?
I wouldn't be surprised if my mother favored me.
Especially now that you have a great, cool job, you're making cool content.
And
It's
I don't
not political, but it's content.
Yeah, I mean, she's super proud of me, and he's kind of like, I don't know, he's doing drugs and doing yoga and whatever, you know.
Right.
Like, he's got all that.
Are you a fan of yoga?
No, I'm not against it, but I'm not a fan.
What do you do to relax?
Oh,
Is
God,
it video
dude.
games, or is there something else that...
There's a lot. And I'm saying all this like it really depends. I like to just watch a YouTube video.
So after Fish Center, you go home, you hang up your coat, you say, or you grab your coat. It's time to go home. Another successful day at the office. You shake Cho's hand,
Yeah.
Dave's,
Every
and
day I shake
Matt's.
Cho's hand first.
And then you leave the office and go home.
And I get home. I usually take off my pants because my belt's a little tight. I usually go potty really quick too. And I lie down in my bed first. The last few weeks, every once in a while, I'll get home and I'll fall asleep for 20 minutes.
And you wake up and you're charged for the evening.
I'm like, oh God, what am I doing? Then I'll go do something like watch Bored to Death. Or I'll go on a walk and call a friend. I'll try and find ways to get out of my head, because otherwise I'm obsessing about feelings.
You need friends in your life.
You
That's
need
the
friends in
importance
your
of
life.
today, I think. You need to understand that you have friends. And Max, I am your friend. And that's why you came on today. I really appreciate you joining me.
I appreciate you saying I'm your friend. I mean,
Friends until the end.
can I extend I was going to extend a thing that's real simple.
Sure.
Anytime you don't have someone for this program, because people might not have heard of it, you can just say, Max, can you cover? And we can just continue this conversation we're having today, because I feel like a lot of people are probably thinking like, oh, there's a lot going on here. That's pretty cool.
I think so. The Twitch chat is on fire. People respect what we do.
And then in the other part of the mission, it was real cool because I used 2 psi operatives, PSI. Is that not how the musician spells it, but
No.
like they're kind of
PSY.
PSI, but it's kind of like psychic.
Right.
And I had 2 brainwashed soldiers from the aliens,
And you go and fight the aliens.
and I send 2 the brainwashed out. You know what I mean? And then I put some over in the side.
And you win every time.
Sometimes I lose.
And that's what friends are here to do, is to tell each other these stories. And I'm supposed to say, cool.
What's something cool are you doing? What's your hobby now?
I love to hang out and go hiking. Love the outdoors. I love going outside and finding out this could be the weekend that I don't return back to Atlanta.
Wow, really?
Right.
And like you get lost? That's
right.
because that's what
Being
I thought.
in the woods.
Really?
Right. I don't want.
It's not
I
just
want to
like,
come
oh,
home.
I want to go, but
I
you want to lose yourself.
I want to go home. I want to come back to Atlanta. I want to come back to my life. I love my life. But I sometimes like being out in the woods and wondering or thinking, this is what it is all about. This could be it.
See,
A bear could come around that tree and rip my body to pieces.
I can maybe do 4 hours outside. I mean, it depends on the moment and the company. I think the company really means a
That's
lot.
right. You do have to have company. Sometimes I'm by myself, so the company is all me or the animals that come by. The squirrels, chipmunks, thoughts from the day. It's a good time to recollect.
Do you see this squirrels and chipmunks?
Yes.
Why did I ask that?
I say hello, hi. And you know how I talk to animals when I see them.
Yeah, you do.
And it makes me appreciate going home more. It makes me appreciate coming home to my dog and my cat and my friends and family. It makes me appreciate getting a good hot meal. It makes me appreciate the filtered water that comes out of the hot faucets.
Really?
Yes.
Call from.
Hello, welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. It's a wonderful Wednesday. You're live with Zach, me, and Max. I'm interviewing him. He hosts Fish Center.
Hi, Zach.
Hello.
Hi, Max.
How are you?
This is Daniel.
Hey,
Daniel, what's going on, my best bud?
Sorry.
Max, I don't know if you know, but Daniel and I are best friends. He won the friendship ball a few weeks back on the swap shop.
You know, I've got a friend from home named Stoner Daniel Nealon. And back when he was really young, he was really into penguins, gel pens, and Beanie Babies. And I'd go to his house. He was poor because his dad worked at the pet shop, and his mom had a stutter. I don't know what she did. Mary.
What would you do at his house? Play hacky sack?
We'd play Sega.
Sega. So what's going on, Daniel? Do you have a story to swap?
Well, Max, I talked to you yesterday. This is Derby Field, also from Fish Center Chat.
Cool. So you talked to Max yesterday?
Yeah, I called in yesterday.
Max is a pretty cool guy, right? Look at him. Got the cool hair, the
He
glasses.
is a guy. But I actually have a legitimate question.
Shoot,
I
dude.
recently got a new job. I got promoted at my job, and I now have a lot of design responsibilities,
Wow.
like Photoshop and InDesign and stuff, printing ads and whatnot. And I was never formally trained in it, like you were.
Well, I don't know if I
What-
was formally trained. It's a lot of dicking around. It's a lot of experimentation. And I'm going to tell you before you finish your question, because this might
Yeah.
answer it for you. The biggest resource out there is online. Just going to do Tuts. Go to PS Tuts.
Tuts
torrent-
is short for
Yeah,
tutorials.
Get your company to buy Linda. I mean, come on. You know, there's so much shit out there. Just do it. Find something you like the way it looks and do it well. I'm shitty. I don't have an eye. I don't have real rigorous
Max.
artistic training.
Max.
I've
That's
just
not
done
true,
it.
Max.
Relax.
You're
It's okay,
you're
Max.
really good.
Daniel,
at what you do.
you're saying, Daniel, we'd like to hear your question. The rest
Yeah,
of the
well, I
question.
mean, he kind of got it. I mean, it's just is it just dicking around, on your own to find it, to find the style, find what you do, that kind of thing?
Yeah, and I think it takes a while. I don't know if I have that. I think I've embraced being worse the more I get into it.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, this is the thing. For me personally, the confines and the structure of a corporate position, so the tasks I was supposed to do back in the day when
Yeah.
I had more tasks given to me by people ahead of in charge of me, that was good training. Just the skill wasn't necessarily at first being artistic, and I would not argue that I am. The skill was to solve the problem.
Hey, we need to cut this, isolate
do
this
this.
image, take out the background,
Yeah.
and you would do it.
Okay,
Michael
I see.
Feischka was teaching me about the pen tool
Right.
and
Making masks.
stud alert,
Right. Max,
Uh-huh.
you wear a lot of masks.
and just like I think when On Cinema came around, I was like, I really want to do as much as I can for On Cinema because it's my
Uh-huh.
dream, and so it's just do it. I don't know, just go online, find things you like, and do it, and just succeed at what you're told to do.
That's good advice. That's good advice because, I mean, I'm not doing really artistic, comedy stuff like you. It's really just communications. I work for a museum.
Yeah,
so-
museum.
Yeah, so it's not like, Fish Center style.
But I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, the way. Okay, let me give you this: people who work in
Yeah.
a museum, curators. In a sense, you're
Uh-huh.
going to be a curator of the information being supplied by the museum.
Correct.
Visually, you are part of this
Yeah.
process. So I think you just have to S your own D a little bit. You got to just let yourself go and solve all the problems.
What does that mean?
Suck your own dick. You figure out.
I got it.
You figure out. You indulge yourself. How am I curating this experience?
That's right.
Right.
You make the dinosaur bones come to life. You make the art come to life.
And this isn't some diddly ass Silicon Valley bullshit. This isn't some kind of app. This is. What kind of museum is this? Zach White, my good friend, was talking about dinosaurs.
Well, yeah, we have dinosaurs. It's science, art, and history. It's
Those are all the three
university
greatest subjects.
museum.
That's all
Yeah.
you need.
No, math.
Math.
Math is a really
I
cool
don't think
subject.
there's much math stuff. I mean, you can't really collect math.
Are there domes and arches?
Well, sure. Yeah.
Then there's math.
That's history.
Okay.
And there's history.
That's historical. They built those arches.
Yeah, it's
Look at the arch in St.
multidisciplinary.
Louis, Missouri.
Everything.
Gateway to the west. Thank you for your call, Daniel. Do you have any other questions? Or stories?
No, but Max, that was really great advice. I appreciate it.
I hope
sincerely.
so. I didn't mean it to seem disingenuous or joking.
No, it didn't sound like that at all. And Zach, it's always great talking to you. You're my buddy. I'll check in with you on Facebook and
Definitely,
other
Daniel.
places.
Can't wait to send you some
All
Snapchats.
Awesome. Oh yeah, I got a Snapchat.
Cool.
Tell Jacques that.
We'll get you some snaps, and we'll be snapping on and sending chats.
What's this, by the way?
Max,
You
All
keep
right.
telling me this was a surprise.
thank you, Daniel.
I'm
Thanks for
sorry, I'm
calling
not
in.
trying to.
It's okay, Max. I was going to ask you. You have been referencing Sonoma, California, and I am a bit of a animation buff, and I know that John Lasseter, the director of the Toy Story.
Oh, don't bring this up again. I'm just kidding. That was a
John
joke
Lasseter,
character.
president of
Sorry.
Pixar and Disney Animation,
Mhm.
directed all the Toy Stories. He lives near you, and I believe you've had interaction with him.
Yes,
so
that's true.
we can talk about that, but to segue, and I wanted to get to this sooner, but let's just jump right in.
Mm.
Let's say you're walking up one day and you have a chance to pitch a story to John Lasseter. He's at his front door. He says, "Here comes Max delivering the milk," because you deliver milk to him in this scenario.
I don't know.
You and
I
I
don't
right
like
now are
milk.
going to draw some characters and ideas for this Pixar film that we would pitch to him.
Wow.
You start. We have one marker.
I start.
Yes. That's a Sharpie. It's a great marker. It's got all the ink in it, so your ideas can flow for the entire poster board.
It's a.
We can
here's-
collaborate together,
no,
too.
we don't even have to. I got the whole idea. It's called Up on the Roost,
Up on the Roost.
and it's a really good Motown farm 3D animated movie about Motown farm animals. Up on the Roost. Get it? But things go a little bananas because
Is
the
this
whole
a sequel
thing.
to Up?
No, this
There's
is
no characters from Up will be.
literally no. That is my least favorite one.
You don't like
I
Up?
don't want us to bring up at all. There might be some references to what's his name, Fling from Bug's Life.
Right. The little
Fling.
ant? The grasshopper?
Anyway, Up on the Roost
Up on the Roost.
takes place in the
be
Midwest of the
chickens.
United States. Well, that's part of it. The main character's a chicken. His name is Charles. Where's Charles? That's going to be the tagline, because he's gone missing. Because here's the twist we're putting in it. Also alien abductions, because you know all
Which is
about,
what we've been talking about. Aliens. XCOM. Video games.
you know, prop circles and
That's
cow
right.
mutilation.
That's right. They've been spending a lot of time in the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest. I know this.
Prepare to get mutilated. What we'll put as also
M-O-O.
tagline. Can you write the word roost and
Yes.
give it a flair?
Yes. I'm going to make the R.
Wow. That is not what I expected from the R, honestly.
I'm not done yet.
What are you doing? Is that like a hey? What's going on there? Whoa, it's cursive.
Up on the Roost.
Can you put a nest underneath it, like a chicken nest? And these are eggs.
These are the O's are little eggs. Little egg.
Yeah.
Box office eggs coming to your theaters in the fall of 2016. Box office eggs. It will be a hit.
Here's the funny part. Sticking out of the bottom.
What is that there? Oh, it's a little chicken
Who
claw.
got stuck
hi.
in here? It's probably Charles. Where's Charles?
Well, Charles got his talons through the nest.
So it's kind of a space Motown farm adventure, if I had to put any words to it.
Okay, so I think we should put some characters in here. Let's,
Okay.
or on each side, just a few characters that you feel. And who do you think would voice them? Celebrities that would voice. each
God, is
character.
Marvin Gaye alive?
We'll have to consult and come back to their next episode and find out.
Herbie Hancock.
Herbie Hancock
Is he alive?
Yes.
Isaac Hayes. Is he
Isaac
alive?
Hayes is.
Nina Simone.
Yes, they're all alive.
Nina
Put 'em in
Simone's
there.
going to voice this character named Noni.
Okay. So you make a character and then I'll make a character because I think this needs to be a collaboration. We're both at John Lasseter's doorstep in case you're just now joining us. Max is delivering milk and John Lasseter says, "Max, is that you? My little milk boy. I've had a really hard time with film ideas lately. I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out." And Max says, "I have this great idea. It's called Up on the Roost," which is what he's working on right now. Here's a character named Noni.
You gotta give a woman character lipstick. Otherwise, you don't know it's a woman. That's a thing. That lady who talks about
We've just been
sexism in
informed
video
Isaac
games.
Hayes is dead, but someone said Nora Jones. Try Nora Jones. She's an
No,
excellent singer.
see. Here's the thing. I feel like animated movies are dominated by famous white people.
Well, so we should give it to non-whites, I agree.
Yes, to non-whites.
So only the white people can create it, you and I.
She's
If
got a
we
lot
are
of
white.
tentacles. I don't know how Disney would do this, but you know they got the technology like in Frozen for all the snow. So I'm just thinking you could have a whole mess of tentacles.
So what is she, an octopus?
She's an alien.
Oh,
No, the alien. I would love to be voiced by Nina Simone.
Nina Simone.
And she's in there, and maybe it's musical too, but Pixar doesn't normally do musical. And she's got eyelashes too because she's a woman. Also, little breast.
She looks great. This is already shaping out to be a summer smash.
She's got
blockbuster hit.
big, like those big Atlanta fingernails.
My nephews will say, Uncle Zach, I didn't know you worked on Up on the Roost. It was our favorite film of 2016.
And you'll go, yeah, I workshopped it with the media producer Maxime Simonet. I don't know, and they're like, Maxime.
Yeah. They'll say, he's the next John Lasseter. You'll be living in John Lasseter's house.
I think I'm more the next Brad Bird, but I
Brad Bird.
appreciate what you said.
Okay. You're welcome. And that's a little bit of knowledge for fans there of Pixar. A lot
Yep.
of talented directors there.
And she's always dripping. So I'll let you get this, but I'm all about Wet Tentacle Noni singing her Motown song. What's your favorite Motown song?
I really like Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
home.
When he left, all he left us was alone. Bing-da-ding, bing-da-ding, bing. So, yeah, that's a cool one.
So this is a cow.
Ooh. Who voices this?
It hasn't been decided yet. I think it would be good to have a funny, witty person. Maybe.
Sarah Silverman.
Well, we can't have white people.
You're right. We can't have white people.
I'm thinking the funny doctor, the hilarious doctor from all those Judd Apatow movies.
Ken Jeong.
Ken Jeong. He's gonna voice this cow.
Wow.
That's his little spots. And his name is Mooberry.
That's cute. That's precious. I think if we could also make it about like middle grade depression issues for like junior high schoolers. I don't know how we fit that in.
Well, every Pixar movie has a theme.
Yeah. Well, the theme of this movie is Motown.
They're just playing beats. And Mooberry's just a fun cow. Hey, I'm Mooberry. It's going to be Ken Jeong, though. But that will be the voice sample that we'll use for our editors. I'm a skinny cow.
He's the skinniest of the cows.
He's
So
a skinny cow.
So maybe it's like an inverse fat shaming thing we
Right.
can bring in there. Because a lot of kids are like, oh, they make fun of me because I'm fat.
Right.
Look, this cow made fun
He's
of by
fit.
the other animals because he's fit.
I love to go on walks.
Oh, why don't you get fat and make milk like the rest of us?
I love to eat healthy.
Oh, come on. Why don't you just eat this soup? What do they eat? Eat this grain.
I don't like to eat I just want to eat grass. I want to stay
No,
healthy.
eat this grain with us and make some good thick milk, you skinny piece of shit.
My name is Mooberry. Look at me.
That's classic. I can picture Ken Jeong being the shy cow
Okay, now
who's
you,
skinny.
Mooberry. Thank you. He just wants to fit in, but he can't fit in these jeans because
Because he's too
skinny.
skinny.
that's what the tagline on that specific.
Maybe
topical
Mooberry's
promo.
got this obsession with being human and wearing human clothes.
That's right.
But there's because of America's obesity problem, like in
Wally.
Wall-E, everyone's pants are too big.
That's right.
'Cause-
They're always floating around in those hoverboards.
Let's draw the titular character,
Charles.
Charles.
Who will Charles be voiced by? Will you have any decision in the casting, Max?
I will have a lot of decisions. He's got a big gobbler, because you know me, I like round things.
You have a bit of a gobbler as well.
What does that mean?
Your voice, a good singing voice. That's what I call a voice. Oh, look, your drawing style is so much different. I love the synergy in this, Max.
Mine are more Picasso,
Right.
so maybe it could be more Picasso-style show.
Up on the Roost. Charles, Mooberry, and Noni. John Lasseter, if you're watching, we invite you to call in 413-961-4263. Let us know, is this a hit? Are you going to give us at least $200 million to make this?
And how's Nancy, your wife?
Max knows your wife. It's on a
How about
personal
Ben?
level.
How about Ben Lasseter, your son?
Ben Lasseter. Max's age.
Yes, exactly my age.
Max, what has Ben doing right now? Nothing. What are you
No,
doing?
he
You're a
went to
producer.
Loyola Marymount, and he's making movies. I don't know, but he's got that big Ben Lasseter family money, And he's also got 5 O'Clock Shadow. You know who he's voiced by?
He's a little bit. He's just tired. He's kind of cynical. He's
Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail Nanjiani. Yeah, the star of Silicon Valley.
Oh, what are you talking about? I hate Motown.
You got to write Charles up there to let people know that it's Charles. Charles the Fifth.
Nah, just normal Charles.
Okay, Charles.
Oh, what are you talking about? I hate Motown. So we got this, we got that. Very light accent he's got, but it's very unassuming.
But it's like, okay.
Yeah, he's over it.
He's a different actor. He comes from a different. He's not just some Hollywood actor.
No.
He's a comedian. He's really funny.
What do you mean I'm on a spaceship? What do you mean I'm on a spaceship? Don't forget the stars in the title. The stars of the movie, sure, we can obsess about that all day. But you know what the funny thing about kids are? They're
What's
only
that?
putting the stars in for the parents. Kids don't care about the stars.
So who is Charles' love interest? I think that's who we need to find.
See, this is a thing I think you and I always disagree about.
Okay. Let's hear it.
I
There
don't
doesn't
think we
to be
need to have a love
story.
story.
Okay.
There we don't disagree.
Well, no, I just had to think about it. I'm thinking the typical Pixar formula, but let me remove
They don't.
myself.
Do they have love in the typical Trickspar, Mario?
There's usually
she had
some
a
kind of
crush
relation.
in Inside Out, but it
Yeah.
wasn't love.
That's true.
Incredibles, there was no love. It was, in fact, about families.
But it was a family love. It was about the family loving each other.
Oh, you're right.
So there has to be some kind of love story. Does
Remember when
Blueberry love Charles?
No.
And we make this
No. No.
two men.
No.
What
Maybe
is
Noni likes Charles.
But she's an alien. She just wants to take Charles for his chicken skin.
That's the problem.
She's the bad character, right?
They render chicken skin into music on her planet. The grease of the chicken skin, because you know that drippy chicken grease. They put it in a machine and they grind it. Well, it's pulverized. It's a funny thing. It's kind of like that Pee Wee Herman scene. It just goes and it's playing a funny song. It's but a Motown version of that song.
Right. Yeah. That's
This whole machine, and they're just, and Charles is like, oh, they've been so nice to me on this spaceship, and then he's hearing this Motown music, and he looks out through the vitrine, et il va voir qu'il y a toute une machine qui se passe, et ils sont en train de pulvériser all these chickens that be dripped out of this funnel at the end, and pop into this fat person.
Hello, welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. We're having a wonderful Wednesday. We're working on our next Pixar film with John Lasseter. Who's calling in? Is this John? This is Zach.
It's Nate.
Hey, Nate, what's going on? You're on the air with Max and Zach.
Not much. Just called in to ask a few questions.
Yeah, sure. Let's hear your questions, bud.
What
What do you think of Up on the Roost so far? Would you see this? Would you take your family to go see this?
I would take my family to go see it.
Okay.
Another tagline: Motown ain't never been this clucked up.
So who would do the soundtrack? I know Pharrell is getting into doing soundtracks. He just did the soundtrack for Dope. He's a really great musician. I think he'd be great to come in and try and take a crack at this.
Yeah, I mean
Maybe even do a voice of one of the other characters.
I'm saying we could get CeeLo Green. I know he abused someone or drugged them or something.
I'm not sure about that, but the title track, Forget You, could be called Cluck You. Cluck You. Max, you want to...
Cluck Moo.
Cluck Moo.
That's a sting.
Okay. So, Nate, anyways, you said you had some questions. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hijack that.
Oh, it's all right. I just honestly wanted to know what Max's strong draw to jazz is. Because, I mean, like, I've listened to jazz, but I guess I really don't understand what his draw is, and I'm just, curious on his opinion of it.
Okay, well, I'll give you some real music talk right now. My dad loves Thelonious Monk. He's a big fan of jazz. He does not like rock and roll music. He does not like the Beatles. He doesn't like anything beyond the 60s unless it's political music like Manu Chao with his song Capitalism Kills.
Me Gustas, too.
Yeah, but that one's not political.
Okay.
Is it? I don't know.
He just sings about all the things he likes.
Yeah. I don't... So that kind of, and I'm saying this word, but it's not going to sound the way I mean it to. That kind of retarded my music. Like I was hold back because rebelling against my father musically, which all people do. We always rebel against the music.
So people say dad rock, usually you think of Pink Floyd or Bruce Springsteen, but this
Dad rock was my dad
jazz.
rebellion.
That's right.
So
Jazz.
because of that, I have old, boring tastes, and I just happen to like jazz. I find improvisation to be fun. I find a lot of things I like are rooted in good jazz tones, and noise and free jazz and all that stuff I find very thrilling. But I will admit, it can get very boring fast.
Jazz can get boring.
Yeah, jazz can
So
get
you gotta
very
keep it spiced up.
same-soundy.
For those that are joining,
especially with long improv sessions and then all these songs that sound the same. So then on the flip side, I also just like a classic jazz song, a sing-song.
You're a big fan of Mozart. I know you love that Mozart music, the old classic Symphony Number 8. And Nate, you had another question.
I guess
Look at
everything
me,
like
I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree, and I feel like I'm hanging from a cloud. I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Zach White.
Thank you.
Max, Danny wants me to tell you that you're doing an incredible job.
Who? Danny who?
Danny, Danny.
From my intern?
Back in Kazooie.
You're doing a great job, Max. A lot of people are saying you're really funny, and that your glasses look great. And,
Got a lot of calluses on my fingers.
Someone actually said we should switch glasses.
Oh, let's do.
Let's try and take a peek at see how cool we each look. Now, Max, I'm gonna look a lot cool, very cool.
Yeah, but I think I'm actually gonna kind of look cool too. I got kind of like a Ben Folds vibe now
Right.
because he wears these glasses.
That's right. Look at me.
Are you trying to emulate like Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd. What?
Did those glasses, do my prescription lenses help you at all? Or is it
No,
just-
but if I fade out, I can see you.
Okay.
And then if I fade back in, you become Blur Town.
Right now, I feel really cool. I feel like I'm a Hollywood executive.
Oh, hey, sorry guys, I just walked. That's kind of thing. Maybe it's Woody Allen. Oh, Jesus, what's he say?
That's exactly how he sounds. In
One of my
fact, we
favorite
should put him
movies.
in Up on the Roost.
That's absolutely. I'm gonna write Annie
Hey,
Hall.
got your new glasses.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna say, this is part of the brainstorm. Anything like Annie Hall, I would love. Up on the Roost. I think there's something here. I think scrap the farm animals, make it a Motown alien movie.
Well, the aliens still need to be in it if it's going to be on a farm.
In fact,
You need to have some kind of sympathetic character, like Mooberry and Charles. Those Kumail Nanjiani and Ken Jeong would be two great.
God, wouldn't that pair together
What
with
a-
Nina Simone?
What a film!
With Nina Simone
What a
singing
film.
original Motown.
That's right.
Nina Simone, the star of
A
Motown.
box office smash. We could even incorporate. You could bring in a lot of great people.
Motown ain't never been this clucked up.
That's right.
I'm gonna list off names of people. Let's go back and forth.
I'm gonna switch my glasses back so I
Okay.
can see.
Yeah, because I can't see either.
That's right, and we're just gonna be embarrassing ourselves. All right, Max. I would like you to list off the names, but unfortunately,
We're out of time?
we're out of time.
Listen, my show's next. Let's keep going for 2 hours.
Okay, let's just keep chatting.
Queen Latifah.
Thank you for watching the William Street Swap Shop. We will talk more about Motown musicians and actors in our coming film Up on the Roost, which we will be pitching to John Lasseter. And thank you, Max, for joining me.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Zach.
You're welcome. I'm glad to have you on. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. And stay tuned for Crosswords coming up next. Tomorrow we will be back with the regular Swap Shop to look at your items with Matt at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great afternoon. We love you very much.